I say it's better to stay bold than to have a bad hair transplant. Donor completely decimated. So he had to quit his job and basically working at the supermarket, pushing cart. He went through divorce. The only job that he could have taken is a job where he could wear a hat.
Dr. Bisanga, you gave me a story last time that really stuck with me, and it was a story about how there was a manager who went to a cheap clinic and then he lost everything. Could you kind of like talk about that, like the story, the background of that?
So this patient was in a sales and he was doing very well for himself in France. And unfortunately, he decided to go to a cheap clinic because for him, a doctor is a doctor. So he couldn't see why some charged more. And so he went blindly without much research. And he ended up being really having a bad hair transplant. Everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. From unnatural design, hair sticking in all kind of directions, big graph in the hairline, donor completely decimated. And so once the hair started growing, he realized that he was in sales, he could not be in front of customers and all that. So he had to quit his job and basically working at the supermarket, pushing cart. He went through divorce. The only job that he could have taken is a job where he could wear a hat. He could not find any job that would allow him to keep his hat 24/7. So the only place that he could have done it, because he needed to pay for his bills and for his mortgages and all that, but he ended up losing everything anyway because the amount of money that he was earning with this low paid job could not sustain what he had. So he foreclosed on his house, he got a divorce. So the toll that bad choice of surgery has had on this guy, even when he came to see me, he explained me his story. I was so touched, and I told him we're gonna do a pro bono surgery. So I did a pro bono on him, and he's back. He has his mojo back. He's working. He's doing well. So for him, the hair transplant, the repair that we did, because after I offered him the pro bono, he came twice after that, just to fix, but those were paid surgery. And so nowadays he's back to his work and all that. He's doing well, but he's trying to mend the relationship with his ex-wife because he could not see the kid and all that, and because he was not present. So the judge didn't give him, he couldn't have custody and visit right because he basically abandoned while he was low in a pit. He abandoned everybody. So now he's trying to fix that and all that. So just to show you that this is not an uncommon story. There are a lot of people suffering from major depression after bad hair transplant, and we see them day in and day out in a consultation. And sometimes it's harder because you have to be able to tell this guy, listen, we'll try. Most of the time, you cannot fix everything. I say it's better to stay bold than to have a bad hair transplant.
Those are some true words. And when you told me that story, it stuck with me. And a couple of people on the forum, came and they were talking about I want a cheap hair transplant. Who's the cheapest? I can spend this much money. Who can I go to? And I gave them that story because it was really impactful. How one cheap surgery can end up costing you everything: your career, exactly, your house, your wife. Your relationships.
Exactly.
So that way.
these are things that people sometimes don't think about it. You may save and go for 2,000, 3,000 euro surgery, and the cost of that repair can be 10 times.
Oh,
So that's a bad investment. If you knew that from the beginning, why should you waste your money? So really, people need to think at it twice when they get into any cosmetic surgery. That you have to do your research. You have to make sure that you understand what is at stake. It's not just planting hair. People think that it's just planting hair. It's not planting hair. There is an art to it. There is an understanding of hair directions. There is an understanding of the flow of the hair. There is a lot of details that goes into a hair transplant procedure to make it a successful transplant. So people need to be aware of that.
absolutely.
Thank you so much for watching our videos, and for more great content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and also go to www.bhrclinic.com and start your journey for a free assessment with Dr. Bisanga. Thanks ever so much. Let's get started together and look forward to seeing you soon.